Hey all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I want to welcome you. This is the Dr. Shabai Show, and on this show, we talk about feminism, how feminism has destroyed society, as well as relationships, families, and homes. And so we also like to talk about hot topics. And again, this channel is not to bash anyone. My intent is to help women and men to see things in a different way. I'm coming from a place that wants to help and not hurt. And so again, I want to talk about Tracy Ellis Ross and Vivica Fox. And so I know the story is a little old, it's been out a couple of weeks, but I really want to focus on how a lot of successful women, especially in Hollywood, tell other women lies, because they have a platform. They tell, women to empower themselves, that they can redefine what success is and all that stuff. But I'm going to break down the lies that they're telling women and not telling the truth. And Kevinsamuels hit it on the head a long time ago. And like I said, I didn't agree with everything that Kevin said, but I definitely understand some of the things that he says about women, especially modern women, when it comes to marriage, dating, and relationship. But also, before we get started, please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you like my content, as well as I am also putting up my Cash App. So if you happen to like it and you want to support this channel, that is my Cash App. So let's get started.
You know? Well, and they haven't been asked to, because I think it's not always a context that if it's an area that you don't have to think into,
right?
But I think there is it is a genuine regular thought process for me. It's one of the reasons, we've talked about this, that often I date younger men. And a lot of it is because...
Let's stop on that, folks.
Oh my God, we had a great dinner. We had a great dinner, by the way, where across the table, your husband goes, "But why?" And I said, well, maybe because I can.
Yes, Barish. This is why I'm saying tales from Tracy's.
It's fun. It's very fun to share.
Tracy tale.
But
I'm sorry.
But one of the reasons, though, that because I had to ask myself that question, I was like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Because I want a partner. And so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and who lives a very full, just robust life. So it's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous?
There's that.
But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession, or whatever those things were, or prize, and I have no interest in it, and I will not do it again.
I'm sorry.
No,
Craig.
I was going to say, so it's a generational thing. So it didn't matter how you met them, or is it just kind of the guys you're meeting?
That's obviously
too big of a generalization.
It's a generalization, but because I have dated men my age, there is a difference. There is an openness that occurs with a younger man around whether it's gender fluidity or.
So I'm gonna cut the video off there. So of course, if you want to watch the entire video, I'll put the link in the description box. But there's several different things that I want to talk about, when it comes to modern day women and dating. And so the first thing I do want to address is, she talks about dating younger men. And it's so funny because she dates younger men because she talks about how older men are, in toxic masculinity. And the part that I want to touch on is that a lot of older men believe in tradition. And the scary part is that anytime a man asserts himself in a masculine way, the word toxicity comes up automatically. And that is the part that I want to really talk about. We have so many young men that don't understand what masculinity is. And a lot of women don't either. And so that's the first part I want to address. And then the other thing, when she said that older men have this thing about possession, and I don't use like the word possession, I like the word protection. A lot of older men have traditional or values where they want to protect their significant other. And protection comes with someone that's over you. You can't be beneath someone and they protect you. And she comes from the narrative that men and women are the same, and the only difference is their sexual organ. That to me is simply not the case. Men biologically are different, and I'm not here to talk about, what is a woman, what is a man. I'm talking about, according to the Bible, there's a man and a woman. And when we talk about that, men have, the chromosome that are different from women. That's what make us different biologically. We, as women, are nurturing biologically. That is something that we are more emotional. We typically tend to be the weaker vessel between the man and the woman. And I believe that a woman should work. I believe a woman should, have equal pay for the equal job. But I don't think women understand how they pick and choose. They want to be traditional, but then they also want, to be modern. It's tradition for a man to take a woman out. It's tradition for a woman to be feminine. So, I know that is so simple and the basic, but we are missing the point. And for her to say that, and basically she's saying that a younger man is easier to control since she doesn't want to be controlled. She wants to control someone else. She didn't say that in those words, but that's what she means. Because someone that's 24 that's dating someone that's 53 and he's a man, he's pretty much going to let you control him. And you're also going to be typically the breadwinner. You're the person with the most money, so you're gonna pretty much pay for the other person, and that's typically what happens, And then the other thing I want to talk about is the lies that Tracy Ellis Ross and Vivica A. Fox tell women every day. You can't have it all. Look at her. Look at Vivica Fox. They both have multi-million-dollar assets. They are successful, but yet they don't have a husband. They don't have children. One of the things that I realized, in order for a woman to be successful, she has to make sacrifices. I want to clarify. It's not just a woman. It's even a man has to make a sacrifice, but a lot of times the man is the one that has a wife that's willing to put her career on the back burner and take care of the family and the home while the man is out, being successful. Now, for a woman, it can happen, but she's not going to get the type of man that she really wants. She's going to get a man that might be using her for her money, or just, someone to have fun with, and she may have a child with him and even get married. Because I don't want to, start throwing names out there, but if you think about Nicki Minaj and her husband, he's nowhere near as successful as her. But that's the sacrifice she made because she focused on her career. That's just an example, so a woman cannot have it all. It's not being honest. She's not going to have the perfect husband, and nobody does, but she has to make a decision what's more important. And again, I'm not saying that because a woman is successful that she'll never find a husband or a child, and get married and have children. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is a lot of women spend so much time being focused on their career that sometimes they neglect the thing that men are attracted to, but also the femininity part. because femininity is more than just what a woman looks like. It has to do with her attitude. What type of vibe does she bring to a man? Is she someone that's very confrontational, or is she someone that brings him peace? Some women get upset when a man says peace, because some women say, oh, you're not going to have peace if you're with me because I speak my mind. A successful man is not going to want that. He's going to, be out here in the world trying to be successful. And he definitely doesn't want to be in competition with someone, and someone that's not going to bring him peace. And the other thing is, femininity has to do with a woman knowing that she's different from a man. No one's saying that a woman is less valued than a man, but she understands that we each have a role to play, and she knows that her role can either destroy or build up a man. So that is my video. That's what I wanted to talk about. Let's keep the conversation going. If you like this channel, please like this video, subscribe to my channel. And if you also want to support, there's my Cash App. And I'm also letting you know that I am creating a ebook, and it will be out soon. And my book is really just trying to show, especially men, what femininity is, because a lot of women will portray it and say they have it, and then once you're in a relationship or you married to them, it's gone. And so there's this thing called fake femininity, and I really want to show men how to spot it early on. So that's my video. I would love to hear what you think. Until next time, I will see you later. This is Dr. Shabai. Bye.